Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. I'm here in Center Mall. Beautiful Sunday morning. We're in a brownout. We don't have many here, but I could use this as a teaching moment. Right now, I can handle them during the daytime, especially in the morning like this when it's still fairly cool, fairly early. I believe the brownout's supposed to run from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. today, and then again from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. You know, people always say, well, why don't you get solar? We really don't have as many brownouts to justify that expense. Okay, that's a lot of money. Friend of mine, Steve, him and his beautiful wife own a home over here. They're still in the States. He sent me one of the quotes that he received from a company here, 250,000 pesos for 6 panels, basically, the lithium battery and whatever else comes with that. It's just too much for me, and you know, in my humble opinion, he's going with it because he says mainly for the air kind. But I want to talk about the happy tourist expectation in the Philippines. You know, the Filipinos, they're going to roll out the brightest red carpet for you. I've always told you that. They're warm and welcoming, probably as much as any place I've ever been. Now they're cleaning. That's the noise you hear. That's water in the back of there. They keep this place clean. Look at this. But when you get here, you expect it to have the time of your life, to be the perfect tourist, smiling, laughing, joking. But you cannot complain here. Now see, you hear the other noise from Mawani. There's a world famous Mawani hotel. That's their generator. I'm going to get away from here so y'all can hear. But by no means are you expected to criticize or complain. This may be the only place on the entire planet I've ever been where you can't complain. It's seen as disrespectful. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to take a minute to stop right now. The producer, Benny Blanco, he did a review of Jollibee in America. And he said he didn't like it. And boy, has it went viral. And I'm thinking, why? If somebody says they don't like KFC, it's not gonna bother me. But this is the Philippines. Totally different place, guys. On my live stream today, it's gonna be what was your welcome to the Philippines moment? Well, that could be one when you realize they don't play, you don't criticize or complain. They're very proud, man. So dissatisfaction is not allowed. Honestly, you gotta wait till you go home or you're in the privacy of your house to voice any criticism or complaints. That's just how it is. You're supposed to be a happy tourist over here. You can come over here and do whatever you want. We're gonna give you the run of the place. Just don't criticize us and don't complain. And a lot of people come over here, they have no idea that that's expected of them. They never really get into a situation where that occurs, but take my word for it, it's true. Certainly, don't put the country down, don't put the people down. I've never been in any place like that before. Good morning, my name's Buntag.
Morning.
I guess it's like the North Korea of Southeast Asia. It's a joke because they'll get mad at me for saying that. But it's a lot of expectations put on us that we have no idea that that's what's expected of us. We just think, well, I'm on vacation, you know, I'm in retirement. But the minute you get off that plane, there's some big expectations that I expected of you. And one of them is, don't complain over here, man. I couldn't believe that, but yeah, just about Jollibee. But something else you may want to be full aware of course, they expect you to follow the laws, or obey the laws, rather. And you say, duh, well, I don't know the laws over here. Well, if it's a crime in your country, it's probably a crime here. It's just something, guys, that we're expected to do. And, if you come over here to see a woman, remember that unspoken agreement is real. You're expected to pay for everything. Everything. That's your expectation. So if she shows up at the airport, with 5 or 6 people, well, I'm sorry. You got to pay for that. Go to the resort, you got to pay. The lechon, you got to pay. Just grin and bear it, ladies and gentlemen. You signed up for it. But that's an expectation. Single guys don't have to worry about that. You got to pay for everything anyway, but it's just only for yourself. We're talking in terms of you're paying for everything. That's one good thing about being single over here. You should have more money. You should save more money. Just all depends, I don't know your habits or anything like that. But that happy tourist expectation, it shocks people. Because just by default, if something doesn't meet your expectation, you're going to complain. You're used to it. That's what you do at home. But over here, it's going to fall on deaf ears. They're going to look sideways at you for doing it. And it's like, how dare you complain in the Philippines? And they'll, remind you're in our country. But I love it here. I just want to talk about that expectation because most of us have no idea it's there. We just think, the Filipinos, they're so warm, they're so welcoming. They roll out the brightest red carpet for you. Yeah, but there's some conditions. Hey, man, buntag! There's some expectations, and that's a big one. Another expectation, because a lot of times, when we deal with women over here, they have children, is that you have to be the perfect stepfather. Okay, you gotta, number one, by being the perfect stepfather, you're going to absolve the real father of any responsibility and child support. Because you're going to slide right in there. You're going to take care of his children and you're not going to complain about it. Remember, there's no complaining here. You're not going to get angry. You're certainly not going to discipline the children. All you're going to do is take care of them. That's what's expected of you. And you do it quietly and unassuming. And you think, Cal, you're crazy. I'm not going to do that. Well, I'm just want to give you a heads up, man. You're in a whole different country, a whole different culture. And we take that for granted. We take that for granted. We have no idea what to do when we get over here. If we crossed any lines that we're not supposed to be crossing. But yeah, you're supposed to be the perfect tourist, perfect stepfather, simply the perfect individual. I was talking about this on my live stream a couple of days ago. I believe it was Thursday. How, as a foreigner, such high standards are placed on us that they don't even place on themselves. They can't even live up to, but they expect you to. And it's just something that you need to get used to and get used to it fast. But I try to tell anybody that I'm around, hey, I'm not perfect. I'm a human being like anybody else. Now that's Mr. C restaurant here that I tell you guys about. I won't walk past there. People are eating breakfast. I don't know what kind of plants these are, but they're beautiful. But raise your hand if you knew that happy tourist expectation was there when you got off the plane. You simply cannot criticize the Philippines in any kind of way. Not out in public, not where anybody can hear. I've never ever went any place like that. So if the food is not served on time, or it's warm, or whatever it is, the hotel doesn't have your room ready in time, that's a big deal. Remember, you're in our country. It is what it is. And you certainly cannot complain, because if you do, it don't make a difference. It's going to fall on deaf ears. Their culture, it's one of harmony. That's what they like to portray, even though, you know, there's basically human beings. But for the most part, if they have anything to do with it, it's going to be harmony. So you're expected to keep a low profile over here too. I forgot to tell you that. So, you know, you can't be loud. Oh, excuse me. Good
morning.
You can't cause any disturbances. Because as a foreigner over here, you're going to garner so much attention anyway. I mean, you don't even have to do anything other than that. They're going to see you for a minute anyway. But all the flash and all that, you know, you've heard this so many times on different channels and stuff, but I just want to remind you, you know, no arguing either with another foreigner. Certainly don't fight like they were, that story that's going on around in Dumaguete. It's just not expected of you. You're expected to come here and stay in line. You know, it's one thing about the Philippines I really like, man. They respect authority here. But they expect you to stay in line. They don't care. And another expectation, and I know I'm going to get pushed back on this, but it's true. They expect you to meet the women online. Yeah, because you know what it's all about over here, guys, and think about this. Consent. It's all about consent over here. Consent, consent, consent. Intent, also, to prevent any problems. Okay? When you're dealing with that dating site, you know you've got her consent. It's a consensual relationship for the most part. They don't want us coming over here, or they don't expect you to come over here. Remember, you got to keep a low profile and be all up in the face of they women over here. Think about this, guys. It's an underlying reason, underlying purpose for these dating sites I never even thought about till recently. They want you to meet the women on a dating site, and that's why 99% of us meet the women on the dating site. It's an expectation. They don't want you coming over here run up on these women, because you don't know which women date foreigners or not. And you're not in your own country. They got laws over here that discourage that. So go ahead and figure out how to get through that maze that's called a dating site. The sooner the better, because that's how they expect you to meet women over here. You heard it from me. Nobody's going to explain it to you like that. That's the expectation, that you should already know somebody by the time you get here. Because you don't know whose daughter, or sister, or auntie that you're pulling up on over here. It could get you in trouble. But don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is a beautiful, beautiful place, man. You're not going to see this anywhere else in the Philippines, I promise you. Because if you do, all this open field that you see, people are going to be squatters on it and stuff, but not over here. You see they're playing soccer over there. They're either playing or they're practicing. I think they're practicing. That's what this is for. I mean, as far as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, in both directions. Even over here, this way, nothing but green grass, open field. It's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, I just wanted to tell y'all about that happy tourist expectation. You're supposed to come over here, because the Filipinos, they're going to roll out the brightest red carpet for you. They're warm, they're welcoming, that's true. But you're supposed to smile, laugh, joke, and have the time of your life. By no means complain. Okay, dissatisfaction is not allowed over here. You have to wait until you leave the country. You go back home in the privacy of your hotel room to voice any criticism or complaints, okay? Filipinos are proud, and it's a sign of disrespect. Just remember that when you come over here, because nobody else is going to tell you that. They don't really care. I've been over here on and off for 15 years. I just recognize little things like that. But if you don't believe me, go online. His name is Benny Blanco. And I believe he's a producer, and I believe he's Selena Gomez's boyfriend. Well, he did a review of Jollibee, and I'll be damned. He didn't like Jollibee, and man, are they on his case. Just from Jollibee, just from saying he didn't like it. I mean, the country's in an uproar over that, guys. It's true. So if in America, it's getting late, before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. If you don't want them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break. See somebody in the street, wherever you see them, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's early. It's about 7:30 a.m., beautiful Sunday morning. We're in the midst of a brownout. Look like they're building, I think this is going to be like an office building, but it's going to have like a coffee shop on the second floor and like a hotel or something on the third floor. Now a day goes by, we don't help somebody. We did the spin wheel last night because I went to sleep Friday. Hey! Man, buntag, yeah. Because if I don't know anything else, I know it's one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. And I want to stop there because a guy in my comments, he said, you say that all the time. It's like it's some type of mystical power. I said, no, it's universal law. It's the same. It's as rigid as gravity. You see this building here, if you get up here and you jump, you're going to come down. You're never going to go up. That's universal law, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing mystical about that. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time. And don't do anything stupid. When you come in here in San Carlos City, it's one of the places you may want to stay. Mawani, beautiful. I mean, the food is delicious here. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because they've got the same cook. They've had the same cook for the last 5 years. So the food is consistently good. Take care.